What's up, horror fam?
You know what time it is. Let's get into this.
Hello! What's up, everybody? The Horror
What's
Chronicles back.
What's up, peoples?
Back. And if you're watching this, you see there's 2 extra bodies in the room. And yes, they are alive.
And if you're not watching this, well, then you probably don't care.
But you should.
But you should.
So tonight, we have special guests. Someone you guys have seen many a time on the show. The Mistress of the Macabre. She's here. Breezy's back in the house.
Hey guys, I've missed you all. I'm sorry I've been away.
Oh,
but
we
you
miss
know
you
what?
too.
Guys, just like that.
It's been a minute.
It has.
It's been a while.
Dude, I've said that so many times today. She has all day. I'm over fangirl.
Hell yeah.
Like, it's been a while.
And then we have, we'll say, she called herself a fangirl. You know.
Straight up
Fangirl
from the
Devin.
Gate.
Yeah, fangirl
Gate.
from the
Guys,
gate.
You have no idea. She has been. You're like number one straight from the gate.
Number one.
I did rub
So
one out
that's
this
why we
morning
have that
thinking
one
about
listen
you.
in Japan.
Perfect. No, so this is
Ba-doom,
Devin,
boom.
which is Breezy's sister.
My sister. I love her. I am so excited. The boys are too. They have no idea what
yeah.
they're into.
What we're
We're gonna have
into?
fun.
No, we don't know what we're into until we're into it.
And
Know what I'm getting
so, and
into?
she has
Oh.
been one of our. She has been one of our main supporters since day one, and she just moved back up here from Flow Rider, and
Little rider.
and she's like, "Can I come on the show?" I'm like,
So,
"You know what? I know a guy who can look that up."
Not all the crazy people are in Florida anymore.
That's right.
One of them's moved back to Missouri.
They're back.
She's back. So tonight we're just gonna, have a conversation. We're gonna talk about some. They actually have some really cool stories, and she has some really cool some stories, some places she's been, and then we're also just gonna talk about random paranormal, crazy stuff. And you guys know how we do and where
I'm
we
just
go.
excited to be on the show. I've listened to you guys since day one, and literally fangirling out. I'm probably gonna have a restraining order before I leave.
Nice.
So I can't
Nice.
wait.
I already
I
had
like
one
it.
drawn up last night, so we're good
We
to
love
go.
that.
Like it.
Knock that off the bucket list.
No, it's all good. It's all cool. And we know what? It's cool because we like to have. We try constantly to get people on here that want to come on, and we have actually had a few people in here in studio, but
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to be on the show
Not enough,
first,
though.
even before I got a job. Hi, welcome home. I want to be on the show, and then I'll get a job.
There you go.
Legit.
Hell yeah.
Serious.
Well, the good news is that we usually record on Sundays, so hopefully you're not working on Sundays. You can come back on the show whenever.
I don't have a job. I just want to follow you guys.
She's a roadie.
There you go.
We got our first groupie.
Groupie.
Fucking right.
It's like the chick from Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah.
She's a groupie.
Yeah, the groupie.
Yeah.
Present.
We got a fluffer.
It's funny because, like, man, I don't know if I should say this because I don't know if she's probably still watching.
Okay.
Do you remember the one?
The one.
So that sent us a
I
message.
thought I was the one.
You're still the one. No. No, you remember the lady that sent us that long message, or mainly talking to me about?
Was it about wearing your skin?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. If you're out there, I still love you.
I still love to stop
And that
the
restraining
streak
order
over
is
there.
still in effect.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'll have one shortly as well. Never mind. I stand outside his bedroom window every night.
Yes.
Thank you, Chris.
Be hiding
Just
in your
staring.
bushes outside your window.
But yeah,
Drooling on
good
your
times,
cat.
good times. We like stalkers. It's all gravy.
Yes.
That's what we're into, the weird, so. But
Hell
anyway,
yeah.
so welcome to the show. Don't be too freaking freaked out. It's very simple. Just act like no one's listening because no one is.
I do every week.
Yeah, she's like, I'll be listening.
So they
I
say,
do what I get hung up on.
they say if you, if you're afraid of public speaking, you should imagine your audience in their underwear.
I imagine
I can put a pair of
everyone.
underwear on the screen if you
Yes,
want.
and we helped you out by all
Please
wearing
do.
just underwear.
I missed that.
Can't guarantee you they won't have a stripe in them, but hey,
Hey,
they'll be on there.
Good. We're into racing. It's fine.
So
You guys know how we do it.
So Breezy's kind of said a lot of her own stories on here many a times. So we're gonna ask Devin, what kind of cool places have you been to that we would want to talk about? What's something you want to talk about that you've?
You asked me this about a week ago, and I still have no idea because I'm hardcore fangirling out still. But
Because I know you said, remember we were talking about the Winchester Mansion?
I do love the Winchester Mansion. Like I do. I have not done the night tours that they do though. I really, really, really want to do the night tours. Another place that I really like that doesn't get a lot of recognition is the Hertz Mansion.
Hertz Mansion.
I haven't heard of that one.
Castle, I think.
Hertz Castle.
Yeah,
Hertz
Hertz
Castle,
Castle.
yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
geeking out. It's on Highway 1 on the way north from where we lived. But that one's also really fun. But one of my favorite is the Queen Mary. I love the Queen Mary because you take your normal tours and they listen to everyone when they have like their ghost experiences, and they'll like insert holographics of where people have been seen or where they've
that's cool.
been noted. But then they also have the Spruce Goose on there, which is just a ball, another fucking crazy, which I also love.
They also have the live cam that you can actually check on their website. It's actually pretty legit. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And being there as kids, it was just
That's the
amazing.
Queen Mary? They've got a live cam there? Oh,
Yes,
dude.
they do.
We need to get on that.
I took Haley there, our niece, maybe 4 years ago, and I tried because you can rent a room on the Queen Mary and stay the night. But they
Nice.
were all booked, and so when that was a DeZenzo, I tried to go for the Cecil Hotel, but that was also.
Yeah.
And was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, that's a good idea."
my ex-husband was like, "We're not taking your niece to the Cecil," and I said, "Why?
Right.
Why not?"
Yeah.
See, aren't they getting ready to close the Queen Mary? I think there's talk right now about their.
They're going to close it.
I hope not.
I hope not. I can see the whole Titanic situation being closed because of all
But that's a different story
But-
altogether.
Soon.
Hey, let's throw a bunch of people in a fucking
Yeah.
The Queen
propane
Mary?
tank and send them down to the Titanic. That's smart.
Sorry,
But
guys.
the Queen Mary's been
It's permanently docked in Long
yeah,
Beach.
it's
so-
been
Right.
docked
Yeah.
for the longest time, and they've always done renovations and all that. So I don't see why they would take something historic out of the dock.
I don't know where I heard. I read a lot of like horror news and different shit like that.
Wait,
but, like,
you know
for
how to
some
read?
reason-
We graduated from the same school.
we talked about this yesterday. Remember Siri?
You're right.
Siri. Siri.
She has an Android,
Gotcha.
but Siri.
But no, like I read something that they're going to be decommissioning it or shutting it down.
I hope not.
That's funny. When I go to Siri, it's like, "Hi, JT, pulling up Pornhub now."
Pulling up nugget porn now.
Me too.
I wonder if your browser's the same as mine. Bukkake.
Might be.
I see your
Bukkake.
browser's the same as mine.
I see your browser's bigger than mine. Oh,
Other places I really like. I got lost once in Belgium and like traveled down a lot of really dark hallways or alleyways, I guess. But I found the best Thai food. Not
Nice.
Thai men, but Thai food
In Belgium, huh?
in Belgium.
yeah.
Interesting.
Another place I really like is France, but there's just the history and a lot of macabre there as well. Like I went to see where Marie Antoinette was decapitated
Nice.
and stuff. Last time I was in London, which I really, really, really wanted to
I'd
do the
love to go.
Jack the Ripper tour,
Yeah.
but it was during the mad cow epidemic.
Whitechapel.
So I just ate a lot of beef instead.
Yeah, nice.
He's a meat
Gotcha,
eater.
gotcha.
I've been called a meat eater before.
Let's
That's
circle
my
back
stage
to
name.
Queen Mary because I got something cool to tell you about that. So, I worked with a girl for a while. She took a trip. Her and a couple of her friends took a trip out to the Queen Mary, and she came back and she was telling me the story about them going through doing the tour or whatever. And at some point, they kind of let you just do your thing, you know. So she said her and her friend ended up in one of the rooms. What do they call them?
Sweets.
No. They have a special name for them, like
corridors
a
and stuff?
bunk or something
The
like
red
that
room.
on a ship. It's the lavatory. But anyway, they ended up in this room and they were looking around and there was a guy in there and he started talking to them. And this guy, he knew a lot about the ship and stuff and was telling them stories about it. And anyway, they left the room and was going through the tour or whatever, and she noticed that she wasn't seeing that guy anymore. So she asked somebody who he was, and they're like, "There's nobody else here." when they got to the end, there's a picture of all the semen.
He was
I
waiting.
usually wear mine on my face, but yeah. That's my sister.
So,
my mom said it's good for my skin.
there's a picture of all the crew and stuff, and she said one of the guys in that picture looked almost identical to this guy they were talking to.
I've also heard that.
That's crazy.
My favorite spot in the Queen Mary, maybe because of the holographics, but also because of the movie Ghost Ship.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've been training for today my whole life with my horror movie. Like,
Love
Cool.
that movie.
So make sure you put this in your mouth hole. So you can talk.
but my favorite was always the pool. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the
No, she's
the
good.
ghost
She was
ship
good the way she was.
and whatever. But I always loved going down to the pool. Like, it was just extra creepy for me.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. Ghost Ship has by far got one of the best openings of any horror movie.
yeah.
Gnarly.
Well,
Dude, that
no.
cable scene.
I will never forget. We went and saw
Phenomenal.
the new Friday the 13th. Like, well, I say the new, but it's really not that new.
Yeah.
With Ryan and Krista, we went to the
Loved
midnight
it.
showing, and that opening scene, just because it was like there was such a story into the intro. Like, I'm pretty sure Bree, because she's a bitch, threw the popcorn on. Just kidding. Don't hit me. Please do.
Don't beat me.
But like it was just like went like right into it, and then it was just like, oh, and then it said Friday the 13th, and we're like, oh, that's just the intro.
Nice.
See, and
I
tell
really
you what-
liked the intro to the new Evil Dead.
Yes.
That was really good.
Yes.
Have you girls seen that?
You Dead Rise.
I tried to watch. I'm gonna tell on myself now before Ryan can Narco Polo me. I tried to watch
was awesome.
Lost Boys for the first time today.
For the first time?
Yeah. My dad even disowned me today
I kicked her in nuts yesterday for it.
Ouch.
twice, but only because my nuts are bigger than his.
Yes, they
yeah.
are now.
I
swollen.
can believe that.
Okay, so
I fell asleep. Sorry, guys.
my Devin
Loser.
has no idea how to work the TV and the DVD player in our living room because we are neighbors. So she asked me as I'm doing construction on our house with my dad.
Because her dick is bigger than his.
Yeah,
I love you, Dad.
we love you, Dad. But
Bree, this is the first time we've slobbed on the same knob.
I want to see your dad's
Yeah, we're actually really good at it.
dick.
I have pictures on my phone if you'd like to see. I'm just kidding. I
No,
don't.
I'm good.
I don't.
I'm
I'm
good.
sorry, Dad. Please don't hit me.
Good.
He's gonna kill you.
If we plug those into the computer, though, we can.
Hey,
We're
Dad,
on
you
a
made it on the
different channel
podcast.
today. Okay, on this episode.
Okay, so edit it 12 minutes.
No, we're good. Leave that shit in.
So I'm getting coal for Christmas. Thanks, Dad.
But yeah, I had to rewind it 3 times because she kept on dipping out because she didn't know how to use the remote in the living room. So
Loser.
and then I came down the last time and she was sleeping.
Yeah. Well,
It's like,
Nice.
oh, Ryan,
I'm
get her.
We'll just blame it on old age.
we're the same age. Yes. I mean, the first 2 times like I got up and walked away, it's because dude was calling. And he
That's
slings
fucked
the
up.
best
I'm still
D,
the
so
oldest
sorry.
person here.
Brandon, hey.
But you know what? Speaking of Friday the 13th, though, like
Do you remember when we went
That
to
chick had perfect
that
nipple
was such
placement.
a good night.
I love that. I love that the remake of that. I don't think it's as good as Evil Dead remake.
No,
That's probably one of the best
no,
Evil remakes ever. But I enjoyed it.
It's
I liked
funny.
that one.
Friday the 13th remake, I did not like. I went to the theater and saw it, and I didn't like it. After a few months, I watched it at home, and I was like, it's not so bad. Now it's one of the movies I watch it every year. You know,
right.
It's on the list.
and it's probably because of the, that gratuitous,
The 15-minute long sex scene?
sex scene.
Your nipple, you have perfect
Perfect nipple placement. True story.
Yes.
When our mom died 2 years ago, I said that to her when she was naked in bed. I said, "Mom, you have perfect nipple placement."
But then she came back live like,
No, she didn't smack me. She came alive and said thank you, and then was that back out.
Nice.
You are blessed.
I'm also a really big gamer, so I also
Oh my
Talk
God.
about the nipple plant replacement.
no. I mean, like that lives rent free in my mind. Mom's nipple placement, but I'm also a big gamer, so I also told her while she was on the bed dying that, Mom, you look like the boomer from Left 4 Dead. she legit, like Pinky Promise came alive. She was like, I look like the boomer. She's never seen me play that game,
Yeah,
nor does
she's
she know what
never-
the fuck a
yeah.
boomer is. And I was like, Mom, you're so swollen. You look like the boomer.
Hopefully she doesn't puke on you.
yeah,
I would
JT's a
take
big
it.
gamer too. He's a horror gamer.
I love that game.
Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, like it's still, that's the only reason I have an Xbox.
It's
True
actually
story.
on my shelf in my room. We need to get a console so we can play the game.
Let's just go to Florida and get mine.
Okay, come on, let's go.
There you go.
Dude, that's like JT. We'll hook up here, and he's got a projector on the wall.
Yeah.
It's like a 100-something inch TV.
Yeah, I actually have my Xbox up there. But
Yep.
Mine's in storage, baking, melting in Florida.
Melting in Florida heat right now.
that sucks.
Perfect gaming day. Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. I think that people shit on that one for some reason, but I think it's a really good fucking remake, dude. I like it.
I was surprised by it. I'm sorry for interrupting,
No,
but
you're
I
good.
was so surprised. I went in thinking nothing, and I just went with Ryan and Krista and Bree and a bunch of people wearing creepy masks and machetes, and I was like, my people. And so the movie surprised me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Friday the 13th series, and I keep hoping that there's something else coming.
When we were prepping,
We've got what they've got going on is it was supposed to release last year, but it didn't come out on Peacock. They're doing Crystal Lake.
Crystal Lake.
oh, I saw that. Isn't it supposed to be on Netflix now, though?
Did Netflix get a hold of
I
that?
think Netflix picked it up.
Okay. Because it hasn't ever come out yet.
I've seen a lot about it, and I think Netflix picked it up.
I think Peacock was the one that was originally going to play,
Right.
and who knows?
Well, now
I
they're
haven't
on-
heard anything about it in a
Now
while.
they got the damn strike thing going on or whatever. So,
You're a gamer. Did you ever play Twisted Metal?
I did not. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
Did
there's
we?
a
I was probably drunk. Sure. I drank a
with
lot
the
while we
ice cream
drank.
truck, and
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes, we did.
so they've got a Twisted Metal series starts on the 27th.
like a show.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to
Okay.
be on, I think, Peacock.
I think you're right.
We're all about this
I
cock.
think it's- Yeah.
the peacock.
And,
It's about the peacock.
it's all about the cock.
Yeah.
That's what the show's
But
all
I-
about.
No,
right.
I base a lot of my travels on horror stuff though. Like when I went to Hawaii, like I went to Pearl Harbor, and granted, like for the memorial and everything, but also
Right.
just like I wanted
The
to
ghost
do.
sightings and
Yeah,
stuff like
I
that.
wanted to do
All
the.
history and
No, I
stories
wanted to
people-
do the haiku stairs just because one, it's
Yeah.
illegal.
What's the goddess over the volcanoes? Is that Pele? No.
I'm drawing a blank.
Anyway, there's a story down there, and I'm sorry, I didn't know this was going to come up, or else I'd have made sure I knew the name.
No, you wouldn't.
But anyway, there's a goddess in Hawaii that is the goddess of the volcanoes, and every year, remember we did a story on
Right.
this. They
The
have
soldier.
the spirits that march through, actual spirits that march through the streets.
No.
They're
Well-
the soldiers.
The Maui Warriors.
Yeah,
the Maui
no.
Warrior or
so
something like that.
so when my now ex-husband and I, we went and we hiked a volcano, and we hiked down the mouth and all that,
Okay.
and there's this really creepy tunnel that goes straight through, and I swear it's pitch black. So entering it, it's like, am I gonna die? Am I gonna get raped? Let's go. I'm for
Well,
both.
let's
I'm for both. But on the other side of that mountain is like an indigenous tribe where if you enter, they will eat you.
Really?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
she went in legs first.
So I did. I did. I didn't shave either. I was like raw dog that
Nice.
shit.
So
Yes.
angry.
Always. No, but I base a lot of my travels. I mean, like even last time we were in San Francisco, I have a thing for wandering down dark alleys. We found a place that facts. I've slept in parks in Kansas City. Like, this looks creepy. Let's just camp here.
Yeah, hell yeah.
If it's my time, it's my time. But in San Francisco, and then I wandered upon a fabulous restaurant. No death, but unfortunately. But yeah, no, like I just have a thing for just, oh, that doesn't feel right. Let's go there.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Which is,
It's probably why I was.
Hence why she's here.
yeah.
I was going to say
doesn't feel
probably
right.
why I
This
was
don't
going
feel
in
right.
the first
Let's go.
time, but doesn't feel right. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
I think we've all been like that. You, me, and Jerka.
Married the first time?
Well,
Yeah.
yes. But going with our senses of like if you get that feeling, that nostalgia feeling of like, ooh.
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 No, like
baby.
Ooh, that
ooh,
hurts. Let's
go
do it
check
again.
Yeah. No
Hey,
facts.
we're in Waynesville, and we're gonna go up this hill, Ryan, with Krista.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go to a mental.
They about left our
institution,
ass.
And like,
Oh yeah.
you're part of the same thread as us.
I tested her ass and she left me.
Creepy nostalgia. So let's go.
Were you with us when we went to the old mental institution that was then the old abortion clinic?
Yeah, see, so me and Bree and Chrissy and Krista went
A bunch of coat
one
hangers.
night, right? This
Yes.
is the first time.
Yes.
Well, so like
Smortion.
we snuck down there.
Damn.
We snuck down there. Me and Bree did. Chrissy and Krista stayed in the car, right? So me and Bree snuck down around the side of the building, and there was like a piece of wood you pull off of a window, and you go through the window. And they still had like some of the gurneys and stuff were in there and whatnot. So we're like,
All the equipment.
we were like, all right, let's go fucking freak them out. So we took off running up the fucking hill, right, back up to the car. And I'm like, go, 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 there's go. Bree screaming, they locked the fucking doors on us.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, Krista, open the door. She's like, no. I'm like, open that fucking door.
Krista was like, till death do we part.
This is where death comes. I'm like, damn, I see where you're at now, woman.
That's cool. Hell yeah.
But it's funny as fuck.
Yeah, no, I forgot about that place. I don't know if it doesn't feel normal. Like 3 Mile Road, like we used to. Yeah, we used to camp down there.
Let's do this.
Zombie Road. Let's go.
Let's go.
You know, it's
have
funny you
not
said
been
that. I just fucking was on YouTube looking at a bunch of random stuff that we can do for the podcast.
Yeah,
or
I
just
do that all the
places we can go and whatnot. And this lady posted up this thing about, and she's pretty popular on YouTube about like haunted places. Mm-hmm. And she was talking about Zombie Road. So I was like, fuck, man, we got to get up there and do something with that.
Yeah.
But in order for us to do that, we're going to get a hold of the police and be like, hey.
Let them know
Right.
you're there.
Which I want to do that. You know, I'm trying to build
else
something that we
Right.
can go do all this stuff.
I don't
also to be
think it's going to
respectful.
matter what you do. They're not going to let you in there at night.
No.
Yeah.
You've
Because
spoken
now
a lot about
it's a
Zombie
national
Road.
park.
Right, but honestly, I think that's more going to be easier for us to do it now than it would
Yeah.
before, because since it's a national park, if we actually do everything the right way, because a lot of these, I've been watching a lot of these places, they'll go in there with a police escort
Right.
or an officer or something. You know, they'll
Nice.
let them do the thing, which is cool, which is what I want to do. I want to eventually build to where
Yeah,
you can do
do
all
it-
that stuff.
do it right.
It's down the road and it's in the making. But that you just mentioned that, I was like, shit, I just was listening to a lady talk about that, and she. Go ahead.
We ought to get a hold of our new friends, the ones that Haunted Souls Paranormal.
Uh-huh.
Get a hold of them guys.
Shout out to Haunted Souls Paranormal. Check them
Yeah,
out.
get a hold of them guys, and because they're in St. Louis.
Right. Yeah, we went to the Haunted America conference and met a lot of new cool people, some really cool people, and they do like investigations, and there's different podcasts. There's a bunch of different really cool, awesome people out there that we got to meet, and hopefully we're gonna be doing some collaborations with them, and get out there and start doing our own shit. You know, I've been wanting to do that forever.
You've been speaking about it forever.
Well, I
Nice
mean,
to
it's just
come
hard.
out to mom and dad's house.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get into some stories about
You have
know,
to come during fall though. That's when everything's active.
And also, we're doing construction.
right,
Which is
so
also-
right
We're
now.
tearing down walls right now. So
So
like,
what's
it's
so
gonna be very active.
so
Tear down the walls.
yeah, tear down the
That's what I
walls.
just got done doing.
Like literally, she was
I
like,
got fiberglass on me a little bit, but totally worth it.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, you got some stories, I'm sure, about your guys' house.
I do. But Bree spoke about most of them on here. I think my wildest one.
You have your own, and that's in the bathroom, dude.
Yes,
you need to
well,
tell
you've
that
spoke-
story.
but I will, I
No,
will.
go in legit because they need to hear this shit.
So, let me preface this with so the house is like 5,000 square feet before they started blowing out the roof and adding attic and stuff. So it's a pretty decent sized house, and but it had one bathroom. Sad story. So we all would go in and out, like, hey, family.
Dropping deuces.
Yeah, like, hey, you missed the spot. But so I was in the bathroom, and it was nothing normal it wasn't out of the ordinary for my sisters to walk in and be like, hey, just grab my brush or my toothbrush, whatever. And I was legit in the shower, and when I got in the shower, everyone was gone. Like, it was just me.
And there's a window in the bathroom, so you can actually look from the shower
to the
parking.
driveway.
Yeah.
to
The parking.
driveway,
Yeah.
So
And the music turned on, which also wasn't normal or wasn't out of the ordinary because we always had music going, whatever room. But I didn't think anything of it. And I was just like, okay, someone turned it on, and finished showering, got out, turned it off. And then the towels were all over the floor. And I was like, who is throwing a bitch fit? Like, who is in their feels today? And
out the window.
nobody was home. Yeah, nobody was home.
completely empty.
Nope.
No one
Yep, it was
there.
still just me. Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's impressive.
So if you're just like, if you're a new listener, if you haven't heard some of our like stories from way back when. Devin and Bree's house is like super old, like old style plantation type house.
When my parents
Colonial, yeah.
Yeah, like when they got the deed to the house, it also came with a lot of death certificates, like like legit in the deed for the house. Like it was like death certificates of who has also died in the house.
Yes.
So they have a lot of activity.
Property.
Yeah, and Bree told a lot of stories, on the show. And, it's crazy because, like, I go out there quite often, and I'd be, like, trying to, like, see shit. Like,
Yes.
They're like, I'm sure everyone's like, what's he doing? Because when what big get-togethers and stuff, and if I'm out there, I'm walking around the house or I'm inside, like looking at shit, and people are probably like, what's this dude creeping around your fucking house for? But
why are you smelling Bree's dirty underwear?
No, that's normal.
No, but like Ryan's right. Like we have a lot of people in and out of the house, and the house has always been like that. Like it's always been open to whoever and whomever needs a place to.
Fuck
to
yeah,
reside.
I'm coming to your house.
Yeah, come on.
Just show up.
Yeah. No, seriously.
It's been kid friendly, so like.
What room would you like?
Everybody in our lives, so like everybody has been in that. The house had memories in that house, so and has had some situations of seeing these kind of situations happen straight in front of their faces. Like I can bring out a whole line of people to just tell stories from that house.
Yeah, Nikki, my best friend, she was staying the night, and it happened to be a night where we were sober, so we weren't drinking or whatever. And she woke me up in the middle of the night screaming because she was convinced that there was a little girl under the bed, and I was like, no, this is before everyone had kids and like nieces and stuff. And she was like, no, like her body's hanging out from under the bed. And I was like, we didn't do anything last night. Like, are you okay? And she was like, no, there's a girl under the bed. So like she woke me up freaking. The biggest person that doesn't believe in all of the spirits and everything is my dad. And I think the most eye-opening experience was when he woke up screaming because he said someone was leaning over him. And my dad is not like, he's just like, way. What is. And yeah, the night that he had someone leaning over him, he was just like, no, you don't fuck with the house. You don't fuck with the house during like fall or when we move stuff.
Different stories.
Well, there's a haunt, or from what it is said, there's a place out in Vienna where this guy murdered his family and they bulldozed the house. I took a rock from that house and I put it in ours. My dad hates me.
Our family.
She's the Zach Baggins of the fucking Blair family.
I took the rock and I put it under Brianna's bed, to be honest.
Oh, nice.
That fucking doll.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
And those freaking drawings underneath my mattress and box spring.
Yeah, that also. Last time I was in St. Louis and I went to the St. Louis City Museum, they also have that cross from the last house where the exorcism was performed. My dad said, touch it and you're homeless. I touched it and I went home.
Yeah, outhouse. Where we were all. So.
It's funny. I was just having this conversation yesterday with someone, and talking about spirits and stuff and going places, and actually I had a conversation at the Haunted America conference with a lot of people about this, because they're like, well, aren't you afraid of bringing something home with you or whatever? And like for me, I'm just like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm very strong-minded and strong-willed. So like, I know, right. I know my place, and I think that I've seen a lot of crazy shit, like some pretty gnarly shit, and I think that as long as you're strong-minded and strong-willed, if you have like any kind of depression or like bad shit going on in your life, or just even if you're just easily fucking duped, I think it'll.
God damn, I'm fucked.
That's
when you said depression, I was like, oh, I'm out. Fuck.
But I don't know, man. It's so weird to me. That's why I think I'm meant to do some shit like this, because like for me, it's not a fucking big deal to me.
No.
It is a big deal to me.
I was gonna say
it is a big deal to me, but it's not it's not an issue for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I can gladly go wherever.
Well, and you have to open yourself up to these things for them to be
Right.
able to attach to you.
That's.
I mean, it's not
agree.
to say that you couldn't have something attach itself to you. We've all seen those movies.
Just watched it.
We just watched
those
one.
movies. Actually.
Just don't let it in. Say no 3 times, otherwise it's rape.
Yes, but not if you yell surprise first.
Can't rape the willing.
Slap that ass.
Or say good game.
There you go.
No, but I agree wholeheartedly with what both of you are saying. Like, you just have to be susceptible to it.
Right. And I mean, you can open yourself up to a point. You know, that's what I was talking to people about yesterday. I'm very empathetic. And, like, it seems like the last few years, I think that's what... So for like the last 3-4 years, I've kind of not cut myself off from people, but I don't go around people much. You know, I keep my circle small. You know, even people that I love. You know, I only talk to a select few, but I seem to, like, I'm really digging into my empathic part of shit. So, like, if you're a fucking negative person, it affects me like a motherfucker. So I don't want to be around it because I'm a happy person. Yeah. You know. And the last few years has been really, really tough for me. It's weird as fuck. I don't know what
because he's been
happened.
hanging out with me.
Yeah. We always have a good time, so that doesn't matter. But no, like, the last few years, I've caught myself.
Trials and tribulations.
Well, it's just weird. It's really kicked in. It's always been there, but now in the last few years, it's really kicked in.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
Angela,
It's
challenging scenarios where you actually have to choose what you're going to go and what path you're going to take and better yourself and who you want to be around. Like,
it's just weird.
And
So, like, when we went to this convention, I was talking to JT about it beforehand. I was like, I hate being around a bunch of people. But here I'm all right, you know, because it's
Happy.
the same vibe.
Well, and it's weird. It's like, so the thing I've noticed about us going to these conventions is these people we're hanging out with, I mean, honestly, they're like metalheads. You go to a metal concert, everybody loves everybody. You know, this would be the most obscene-looking motherfucker you've ever seen in your life, but he's the coolest dude in the world because he's a metalhead. Right. And you get along.
in the same fabric.
Yeah.
You know, and you get the same thing like when we went to this Haunted America conference. Everybody was there for the same agenda, to talk about ghosts and weird things and the paranormal and the purge. and we did that, and we had a great time. We met some really cool people there.
Yes, a lot, and really, really cool people. But, you know, it's just I'm really wanting to get deeper into doing investigations and going and checking out these places and doing stuff.
Harder, deeper, faster.
Oh, yes, for longer. But anyways.
I don't know about the longer part.
Yeah.
I'm old. I'm starting to slow down.
Slow and low, baby. Slow and low. But no,
He's gone.
She done forgot how we are.
we're a bunch of fucking
God.
degenerates. But no, I really, really want to dig deeper into this and start doing investigations. But the problem, honestly, is that when I find someone that I'm like, okay, they're cool, they might actually want to do this, and I get with them and I'm like, okay, let's do this. It turns out that they kind of like are like, oh, I want to, but I don't want to.
They do weird things with
They tap
children
out.
or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
We won't talk.
The one dude.
We won't. Yeah. We won't talk about that. But
What?
yeah, we'll talk about it
Okay,
later. But
later.
anyways, no, it's just if I can find some people who are, and I've actually met a few who are ready to go. They're like, cool, yeah, get a hold of me, we'll do it, and our buddy Da up in Springfield, he's wanting to do some
super cool
documentary type stuff.
He's really big into Bigfoots and cryptids and stuff like that, you know, and the paranormal
I stalk
too.
you.
but-
I know who DA is.
Yeah.
So-
It's crazy because he's doing a lot of stuff right now. I mean,
Yeah,
he
he's-
goes to conventions all the time.
When he was telling me some of the conventions you guys went to, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Well, we want to go to a big convention, and I was thinking about this because I was talking about let's go to a big convention that's got some people we want to meet,
Right.
you know, from the Hollywood world. And I say Hollywood lightly.
I don't care. I'm going to pay Kane Hodder to choke me.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly.
I'm okay with being choked by anyone.
I will let someone choke me right now.
Yeah.
Some of us like to be choked.
I was going to say, my mom didn't raise a bitch. We don't have safe words.
Oh.
His safe word is
Dude
Dude,
reminds
I was
me all the
watching something
time.
the other night, and they were like, well, what do you want for a safe word? And the guy was like, well, how about stop?
Too easy.
oh shit.
That
But
was actually a cool episode. That was on Black Mirror.
See, I need to watch that.
I
I've heard
haven't
so
watched
much
that in a
about
while.
it.
That,
Yeah.
you haven't seen
That one, that was an episode called Playtest, and it was about this company that made like this ultra realistic video game that like it was all virtual reality. So what they did is they put this guy into a haunted mansion.
Oh,
And it was really cool. But it was
No,
like,
I
what do you
can't
want to
believe-
use for a safe word? And he's like, how about stop?
too easy, sir. Sorry, too easy. I can't believe either of you haven't seen Black Mirror. My dog nanny used to watch that, and that's the only reason I watched it. Like,
Well, like, my thing is that I have a certain amount of time,
yeah,
and they're
you're a
so
breeder. I'm not a
they're
breeder.
making so much fucking. They're making so many shows that it's hard to
Sit down
to
and
watch
Yeah.
everything.
watch it through.
So like Krista loves like me and her both. We love The Witcher, and they're getting ready to come out with season 3's dropping. Fucking love that show.
Haven't been able to watch
Love it.
The latest really fucked up show that we just watched was called The Horrors of Dolores Roach. It's on Netflix. It's like a take on Sweeney Todd.
Okay.
But it's not a musical by no
Okay.
means. It's about a woman that goes to prison. She gets out of prison and she ends up staying in her buddy owns this empanada shop where they make empanadas, and
With humans.
she ends up staying in his basement. She becomes a masseuse and starts massaging people and accidentally kills a guy, and then it
Good
just
for her.
fucking snowballs.
Escalates from there.
Yeah, good
know.
for her.
Next thing you know, there's a fucking serial killer vibe, and
I'm gonna have to check that one out. Do you
there's a special ingredient in the empanadas.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm going to have to watch that one.
Yeah, it's
You know
pretty
what?
good.
Jerica is just now starting. Jerica is our other sister. There's 3 of us.
got him on it.
God, I'm sorry, world. I got you on it.
Yeah, but then you stopped. But I actually followed through.
Girls, you're both pretty. Jerica just now started season 1 of Stranger Things.
Sweet.
Oh,
Yeah.
She's been
great
binging
series.
it.
Yeah, like she's literally down the road binging it right now.
So that's what happened to me.
That is a good way to watch that show too, because I
Yes.
mean, there's so
Season
much
is coming
going
out.
on.
I can't wait. Oh,
See, and then, but it's like the writer strikes are constantly like
Yeah, it's fucking a bunch of
stopping
shit
this
up.
shit, which sucks. But I mean, I don't know the ins and out of all that bullshit.
yeah.
You know, and for me, Hollywood right now, I could give 2 fucks less about, which sucks because we know we love movies.
Oh yeah.
But it's a situation that I don't even want to talk about. But anyways, yeah, Stranger Things is fucking awesome. So like, Devin's the one we went to Halloween Horror Nights with, and it was fucking amazing. By the way, thank you so much for all that.
Thank you for coming.
Probably me and Krista is like It was definitely Krista's like fucking
Dream
going to Disney, and shit like that.
front of the
Even though I'm not gonna
castle.
talk about that now. But anyways, fuck it. But anyways,
So
it was really.
Wait, I don't remember.
I hear. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Did we do Mickey's Not So Scary too?
No.
No. So like we spent
Hell no.
Sorry. No, but
Well, it
it's
was
all
like-
villains. It's all villains.
it was like 4 days and
It was all parks. It was go, go,
wait,
go, go.
we did go to the
We did go to Disney
to
for
the music-
a couple days.
remember when they did like the Boogie Woogie and all that at the castle?
Yes, that is. We did.
Yes, we
With-
did.
With the Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Because
did.
We
Okay, I was like,
had
fuck, I
the
failed
green
you.
apple
Yes.
in front of the castle.
Yes.
So
we
did
I
get
got
a
video on
little
my
sneak
phone.
peek.
We were like right up on it.
Yeah, okay. I just was like, fuck, I failed you.
No, we definitely
Back
did
to the
that.
horror. Back to the horrors.
But the Universal Studios shit was amazing.
Hollywood Horror Nights this year, they're doing a Last of Us section.
Yes.
Heard that.
Yeah, no, I already told Jerica, Bree, if you want to come, like, I'm going. Like, I didn't get to go last year because Ian fucked my world up.
We should.
So-
Stranger Things is doing another.
Yep.
Another.
We just went through the Insidious series.
Yeah, we
That's
did.
what
a
he was
big-
telling me. Yeah.
Actually, I haven't even put that out yet.
we can drop it today, but I mean,
I may work on that tonight. But we just went through the entire Insidious series and went and saw the new movie. It was funny. I didn't really realize they actually did an Insidious thing at Hollywood Horror Nights
They
in like
did. I have-
2013.
Yeah, no, I have videos on my phone from
Really?
it because I've gone every,
there.
I've gone every
cool.
year,
That's cool.
except for last year because Ian fucked my world up. So.
We were going to go this year. My wife's brother, his girlfriend, was like, "Hey, let's go to Florida at the end of October." And I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me? That's Halloween." I no. I can't do that. And finally, after a month of us talking about it, my wife would finally, I'm like, honey, if we go and we're gone, because she wants to go like the week of Halloween, you know, I'm like, if we do that, we're not decorating anything this year, you know, we're not doing nothing. And she finally talked me into it, and then everybody backed out. I was like, all right, Halloween's back on. Holy shit, it's July. I got to get started.
But it's totally worth putting on the bucket list. You guys need to go and experience that whole situation because it is life-changing. It is.
It's awesome. Yeah. You know, the one thing about Universal Studios, they fucking know how to do it.
Yeah. Were you there the year that they did Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember what year.
Yeah,
so
it's
we
cool.
went,
I've been there, just never for the Halloween thing. You know.
And they did the well, they had like the Rob Zombie. They had the Zombieland. Mm-hmm. Remember? Because remember we were sitting there.
The whole fucking road going through.
And there was this dude. Dressed up like Bill Murray.
Yes.
And I was like, Bill fucking Murray. Yes. And he turned around and he just goes.
I wish you could have gone the year that they did The Purge.
Yeah, I would.
When they did that, people were fucking psycho.
That's my shit. See, I love the Purge movies.
No, like I have a picture of Ben and I in front of the bus where it's like Purge, like, and it's like they were like legit, like just running up to people.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, they did that noise. Yeah, like all throughout the night.
Well, is that the one that we were talking and like they set off that Purge siren and then the gates swung open and everybody took off?
Yeah. So what they do is they get all the actors at the front of the gates, and before, like, I think it was like an hour before they closed the park for the people who didn't pay for the night pass stuff.
Yeah.
They get everyone who did into the certain area, and they have everyone there waiting. They clean out the whole park of everyone else.
Yeah, we
and
were
then
already in the park.
And then all the actors like go to the front of the fucking park.
Yeah.
And then everyone walks up there, and then they do the whole bell thing, and then fucking they just take off running through everybody. And shit.
I tell you what was cool. The last time we went to Six Flags, they kind of do something similar.
Right.
They don't push everybody out of the park. What they do is they start having like their, during the day it's all mild and, it's Halloween related, but it's all, kid friendly.
Right.
And what's cool is they have this place called the Palace there, and everybody's in front of the Palace, and they're doing this huge like concert show, with a bunch of singing and dancing and all this stuff. And as the sun starts going down, you hear the train whistle go off, way off in the distance. And just about the time the sun goes down, the train pulls into that station right there in front of the Palace. Everybody on the train is a villain.
Oh, I love
they
that.
all jump off the train and come running straight through the crowd.
Didn't you
and
go
they
with
basically they jump up on stage and they beat the shit out of all the goody two shoes. and then the whole scene changes. It changes from good to bad.
That.
Didn't you go with us
cool.
the year that we went to we literally like right after we went to Horror Nights? Yeah. We went to the
Six Flags.
To Six Flags. You went with us, didn't you?
Yeah, I've gone there a couple times.
Well, I think you were with us though. Right, and I remember I was just walking around, and then Universal Studios was so fucking like we literally
you
just got back.
You can't compare Six Flags.
So
with
we're
Universal.
walking. I'm like, I told Chris, I'm like, I think we already been here. She's like, yeah, we've been here 4 times already. I'm like, she's like, this isn't Universal fucking Studios. I'm like, because like it's so big walking around there and shit, And we've lapped that whole place, and it's cool, But once you see something like that at Universal,
absolutely.
You're just like, shit.
Oh, I know. I've been to Universal Studios, and it's like other amusement parks just don't really do it for me.
Yeah.
I wish I could have had you both, like, no pun
At the
Who
same
said
time?
you can't have a
Yeah. Sorry. But for Beetlejuice, when they did Beetlejuice,
that would've been
when
cool.
they did that, like the whole stair lift up and it was like his tail and everything, and I was like geeking out. But I think my favorite was Sam. When they did, because they had that kid
Trick or Treat.
puking.
Oh, from Trick or Treat.
Yeah, like you're walking through and they have everyone jumping out. I mean, there's half naked like wolves. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
Scare Zone, right?
No, they've done both. They've done the scare zone and the house. But in the house, they had like a kid. It was fake, obviously, but he was puking the whole time, and it smelled like chocolate. And I did put my face in it. It did not taste like chocolate, but it was there.
I put my face in some kid's vomit.
Yeah.
Didn't taste like chocolate.
No, it didn't. This is like really rando, but another one of my favorite haunted houses, and a lot of people might like disagree with me, was when Dracula 3000 came out. They did a haunted house for that, and they had people in harnesses flying across like.
No, wait. Dracula 2000?
What was the one with the guy that played
Gerard Butler?
No, Gaston. Yeah, but they're pretty sure it's 3000. It's the guy
Okay,
that,
so I think you may be right. There may be a Dracula 3000
yeah, it has
movie.
the guy that was in Gaston from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, we don't know.
My world.
Yeah,
is
I know.
either-
No. That's Dracula Untold.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
Dracula Untold.
Dracula Untold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that movie is fucking
awesome.
killer.
Well,
dude.
that haunted
Killer.
house was amazing. They had people in harnesses, and you've been like, you know where the walls end, and people do like reach down and they invade your space.
It's none but dark, but all.
Yeah, but they had people flying over, and it was one of my favorite houses. Another really rando one was when they did The Shining, because you walked in and it was freezing cold. It was so cold and
Yeah.
it was snowing, and you enter the hedge maze.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then you come in, and they had the elevator that was spewing blood. Like it was,
That's
they
cool.
had a naked old lady in a tub. I did stop and try to lick her.
Wow.
But like that was another amazing haunted house. I just, like the haunted
See, I like the ones. So
Oh, The Exorcist, yeah, because when you're walking through that,
yeah.
first you walk in and you see the house, and there is the priest out there, and you see the shadow, and you just hear the music
Yeah.
blaring, and then you go in the house, and they had like these translucent walls where it would be like you're walking in, and you would see the face of the
Nice.
or you'd walk in and you just see her being like. Yeah, like
Wow.
like
That's
it
cool.
was that was another amazing house.
And then what, Reagan spewing all over the place.
Oh, I did get vomited on.
Going,
Yeah, I got vomited on. It made my whole life. Like I was
Nice.
like,
and then
yes.
the poltergeist one that you actually go underneath the house.
Oh yeah, the poltergeist. That was another one I forgot about, because you enter that one and you go below the house, like you're walking through the burial. Yeah, when you get in.
Nice.
Yeah, so that one was also amazing. So I'm looking forward
Dude,
to
all that shit sounds fucking killer.
I'm looking forward to going back this year, since Ian fucked my world up. I'm still waiting to get a roof on my house there.
yeah, it's I think so. They had the Yeti one when we went. That one was fucking pretty cool.
Yeah, that one surprised me because it was just like,
Right.
what?
Random.
Yeah.
And then they had the of course the fucking
Ghostbusters.
yeah, they did the
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. They had Stranger Things.
I forgot about
They had Us.
Yes.
Yes, which that one
Yes.
surprised me. I didn't see that movie going into it, so I was like, I gotta watch that.
Right. And then they had the Universal Monsters.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which that one was really
That one
fucking
was
cool.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, that one was really, really cool. And that's the shirt you're wearing that we bought for you.
I got the shirt. Oh, that you can't see.
Some of you can't see, but you know, some of you can. Yeah,
If I
I mean,
took my
they
shirt
just,
off, you'd fucking see that, wouldn't you?
Right.
they just know how to do it down there. You know, of course, they got the money, they got the budget, they got all the stuff they need to put
That's
on.
one thing that always impressed me about like going to Universal, and like they've got the Islands of Adventure right next door, was the theatrics they put into waiting in line.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I
It's an
mean, they
experience
pretty
walking
much you're a nervous wreck by the time you even get to the roller coaster.
You should ride their new Jurassic Park ride. Like it is amazing.
Yeah, I haven't
ass
been
is
there
out
in
of the seat
years.
most of the time. Like it is. It's
Well, by
like
God,
you're racing raptors.
If I win the freaking 900 million,
Which he's going to do.
we're
Yes.
going.
Hell
So, because that's gonna pop off that'll be our corporate fucking meeting
yeah,
vacation
our corporate
fucking
retreat.
retreat. So
Back
You
to
know what
what
I'm
you were
saying?
talking about, though, like investigating paranormal. Like, one place I was always resilient or reluctant to go to because Bree was like raping it into me and ramming it down my throat is New Orleans. But when I did finally go, I took 2 haunted tours, and when you do get to investigating your paranormal, you have to go to New Orleans.
Right.
There is this bar. It's called the Dungeon, and unfortunately, I went during COVID, so nothing was open. But there's this bar, like you have to knock on this dungeness door before they even let you in, and you walk down this, I have a thing with creepy alleys, this dark creepy alley, and then you get to another door where you have to knock and you go in, and the haunted tour that I went on, like there are several females that pick up men there and take them and murder them. So I tried to take my husband there, but it was during COVID, so we couldn't go in.
See, so that's my thing though. Like about some of these places, what sucks is like
it's gotten ruined.
well,
It's changed.
like New Orleans, that's a very dangerous place.
It is, yeah, no.
So I can't.
Ever since Katrina.
Well, it's just the thing is, if you're like, even if you're even on like Bourbon Street and stuff, in the main, that's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, I was.
But
Like,
you take fucking one step off of that area.
I was the dumbass walking around like la di da di da, skipping with sparkles.
That's how I was
Right.
every time that I've been down there.
Well, see, my thing is, I want to do this, and I for sure, but I want to make sure that everything's secure, everything is fucking legit. Like, that's my whole thing is that I see so much. I mean, for fuck's sakes, dude, even fucking ghost hunters had their shit stolen.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about like taps, like ghost hunters.
Yep.
Like Jason Halls and them, they had their shit stolen. Like,
Yeah, no.
I mean,
Yeah.
and that was a fucking they were on Discovery at that time, I think. If they can't get the right security, I mean, fucking Christ, dude.
Right.
Like, that's the money.
Yeah, it's funny. I've only been to New Orleans once, and I wasn't there very long. That was back when I was touring with Lunatic. Mm-hmm. We went down and we did a show at this place called the Daisy Theater. And I just remember, like, I had never been there, and I was excited about going. And then we get there, and I'm like, this place is just dirty.
It was very, yeah. I did a lot of research before I went, primarily because Bree has rammed it down my throat. But I looked up like the most haunted hotel to stay in. We booked 2 haunted tours. Like we went to the place that God, his name escapes me. Who's the guy that owned the haunted house down there, the Anne Rice house?
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. I just don't know his name.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
I went to
yeah,
his
he owns
house.
the Lafitte Mansion.
He did, yeah. So we went there.
Lafitte. That's
Yeah.
what I was thinking of. Yeah.
And then we went to the one that, like, the whole American Horror Story was big when we went down there. So that house.
That would have been cool. Was that the Coven House?
Yes,
yes,
we went there.
See, I'd love to have seen that.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But I did my research and I book and I plan most of my trips to do that. Like I said, when I was in France, I was like, where was Marie Antoinette beheaded?
Yeah.
Where's Napoleon's body?
Well, that's how most of our family vacations were based on. I mean, when we went to San Francisco, we went to Alcatraz.
Yeah.
We went to the Winchester Mansion. Like,
Yeah. Facts. I tell everyone I know I have more street cred than them. I've been to Alcatraz.
I still haven't watched fucking that Winchester movie just because you said it was.
it's pretty good. They could
was
have done
okay.
better.
The one
It was
with,
okay. It was cool seeing
was it
Marie
Glenn
Antoinette.
Close that played
Yeah.
Sarah Winchester?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
just
okay. I mean,
It's- yeah.
I was
still
disappointed
haven't
in
watched
it,
it.
but
I think I was just stuck with actually seeing the Winchester Mansion again.
Yeah.
Because we've been there. So whenever you see, like, memories, it's
If-
just like,
If
okay.
you go to that
But the
area,
story, they could have done a lot better.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think I just wasn't high enough when I watched it.
if you go to that area though, make sure you do keep in mind the Hearst Castle. And then if you're in that area, try to do it around October and go to Knoxbury Farm because you like Universal Studios, but try going to Knox Scary Farm. Like
Yeah.
they have water that runs up. I still don't even know how they do some of their stuff. But
Yeah, see it in that it would eventually I hope to be able to do all that shit. And that's what I'm going for, Just gotta stay on the grind and fucking keep going. But
dude, like if you want to travel, we can travel. The first time I went to Germany was after the movie Hostel came out, and I stayed in a hostel. I thought I was gonna die. I was hoping I would die, but yeah, no, I stayed in a youth hostel right after Hostel came out, and I was so afraid. I walked around with a squirt gun just in case, hoping to scare someone. But no, yeah, Germany freaked me out the first time I went there. You walk off like this big Boeing jet, and it's not even like you're walking down like a normal get off a plane. Like you walk down the stairs off of a big
onto the tarmac.
yeah,
Yeah.
not like a little puddle jumper. Like I've been on puddle jumpers where they're like, "Oh, you're too big for this side. We need to balance this out, or we're gonna crash when we land." That's a different story. Walking off like a big plane.
Big plane.
And
Yeah,
then-
you step out on the top of that staircase and you're like, Jesus,
Wait a minute. Yeah, but when you're
way
walking
the hell
out
up
and
here.
you're in the
There's
middle,
like 150 steps to the fucking floor
yeah,
or
no,
to the ground.
yeah, no. But when you're walking out in the middle of the woods and there's signs in the trees that say "We love Americans," we're like, "Oh, wait, why do you like? Why am I here?
'Cause
Is
we
this a
taste good.
ploy?"
you guys taste so good.
Yeah, no. Oh,
Yeah,
there's some cool places around here that you could go, like Pythian Castle. You know, you could hit that.
No, yeah, absolutely.
I really want to go back to Limp Mansion, but I'm fascinated with Limp. So
well, there's a lot. So that's where we're going to
there's
start
a
in
lot of
Missouri.
good history
Of course,
there.
you know, I start I could start in the United States and still have years and years and years before I'd have to leave the United States.
they're actually.
Well, I mean, even Vegas. Vegas has so many things. Every time I go to Vegas, there's something new haunted. Like
they have a. Here in Missouri, they have a driving tour. It's a haunted driving tour.
Right.
We ought to do that sometime.
So that's what I'm saying.
It's like a weekend trip.
There's so much I can do in the United States and cut my teeth, so to speak, into getting into everything, and not to worry about it.
no, there absolutely is. I mean,
That's the plan. And then starting in Missouri, I mean, there's so much around here. And then, the cool thing about having the podcast is that there's people that listen to us from like all over. So like they can tell us the local shit that you don't hear of. You know, that's not famous.
Put it out there.
well, we were driving the other day to my grandma's to help her move, and we were on some back road, and I was like, "Hey, you remember that old movie, The Cell, with Jennifer Lopez?
Oh yeah.
That would be so easy to do out here."
Well, see, like there's a place in Bell. That remember the house that Bradley was telling us about on the highway out there. That it's an old plantation house. It's like your guys's.
Yeah.
Super old though. It's actually a historical building, and there's a guy who just bought it that I heard is redoing it, and trying to keep it, you know. But
the other one is that the Brumley House.
right.
It's another one that we need to get up and check
So
out.
like
About that one.
there's some really good local stuff that is like pretty haunted, you know that we could check out.
When I first moved down here, I've been fascinated with hauntings and paranormal ever since I was a little kid. So every time I go somewhere, I pull up. There's a website. What is it? Shadowlands, I think is what it's called. And basically, you can go in and you can pick what state you're in. And then it'll tell you, it'll give you a list of all the cities, and it'll tell you all the haunted
I have
stuff that's going on in
book
those
that
cities.
I'll bring to your house. It's actually, I stole it from my mom. Thanks, Mom. It's called Haunted Missouri, and it's
I've got.
okay.
In fact, it's
Yeah.
probably laying on this table.
Yeah,
over here.
no, and there's a lot of good spots in
Yeah.
that too. What's that Cherry Hill Cemetery? The witch cemetery that's right up here. Like I still haven't even done that. Like there's so much even around here. So
When I first moved down here, I moved down here in 06. And when I first moved down here, I was sitting at work. I work in St. James, and I was sitting in work, and I was reading. I had a book and was reading it, and I was like, I wonder what haunted stuff is around here. So then I got on that website and was looking, and there's actually a cemetery in St. James that's supposed to be haunted by a Catholic priest. And so I actually drove out and I found a cemetery, but I wasn't sure if that was it. It's not the big one, the big main,
Right.
you know, like St. James Cemetery. It's off the beaten path. But what's cool about this website is they tell you how to get to these places, but then they also tell you, you know, if this is a private residence or this is, you know, blah, 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 you know. Yeah. You know, so, but yeah.
Yeah.
I do that with every place I go.
Well,
I
you
book
know,
my trips.
it's for me. It's always been the respect thing too. Like I kind of talked about. Like I want to do everything right. That way, I'm not worrying about. I'm a respect person anyway. I don't want to disrespect anyone's property or disrespect anybody. Period. But like you know, I want to not have to worry about any of that shit. I want to be there for a reason. You know what I mean?
Right.
I have to focus all my fucking energy on what I'm doing there.
Right.
I don't need to worry about something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just think it hinders investigations and everything because
Right.
your mind's not where it needs to be at. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm fucking been so much into trying to figure all this stuff out, and I'm getting there.
That's cool.
I'm figuring it out slowly
Hell
but
yeah.
surely, one finger at a time.
one better make it two.
Did I say two? Better make it three.
So,
And that's how we end this one.
I'm sweating. I'm over here sweating. Thinking about having a finger in my... Oh, no.
Two.
No. Oh, two.
You're special. We're going to go with two.
I mean, why not? I got my head up there. So,
But no, I mean, you know, it's there's so much cool shit around here, and that's what I was kind of talking to some people about yesterday. The world is full of crazy shit.
It really is.
So, you know,
speaking of crazy shit, we got a new serial killer.
Oh.
Have you been hearing about that? They just he's a big architect in up in New York. Rex Harriman, I think is his name.
I think I seen
but
something.
he just got arrested. They've already charged him with 6 counts.
I think I seen that. I think I seen a clip, news
but
clip of that.
I think there's been up to 10 people that they think that he's killed over the past 20 years.
It's crazy, dude. And
a fucked up
fucking
world we
look at
live
the
in.
shit that happened in Lebanon not too long ago. Do you remember
yeah,
that?
yeah,
The
yeah,
lady,
with
the
with
truck. These two old. So these
Yeah.
these two old dudes. One was a truck driver. He would bring people. They basically had this fucking dungeon, this cage they kept girls in.
Right in Lebanon?
In Lebanon.
Yeah.
Holy, how
Like
did I
they
not-
found this. They found there was this girl that went missing. Rainwater was her last name. I can't remember her first name, but she was missing, and these fucking idiots like. For Lebanon to be a big town, it's a small town. You know what I mean? So people know each other.
Yeah.
Someone said, "Hey, yeah, she's been staying at so and so's place, all that guy's place or whatever," and then fucking the cops go down there and be like, "Hey, we hear that so and so was here, blah blah. We're gonna take a look around the property." Well, they took a look around the property, and they started seeing these fucking cages and shit, and like this and that. They found the fucking chick there, and then like the guy, his partner was a truck driver. And he would pick up fucking, you know what I'm saying, women and shit like you would see on the fucking movies.
Holy hell.
I mean, that's just in Lebanon.
No, I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, that was
is
what,
this recent?
3 years ago?
Yeah, I think so. Somewhere
3
around
years
in
ago?
there.
So fairly.
Fairly recent,
Yeah,
you know?
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, they found a couple, if I remember correctly, they found a couple remains. They found her for sure.
How did I miss this? Like, hello, my family's here.
Right, but you were in Flow Rider. But I mean, yeah, I mean, the fucking world's a crazy place, you know? So that's why we, like...
That's why we do it.
When I do this, I want to fucking make sure that people are safe. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you never fucking know. You got these crazy ass places. There's other crazy people out there. that
Safety's overrated.
fucking... Dude, you know what I watched the other day? I watched Willow Creek.
Okay,
And
yeah.
that was
yeah.
the movie that Bob Goldthwayth, you know that is,
yeah.
right?
He was like the producer? Or?
No, he directed, wrote
He
it and
directed
everything.
it, okay.
So, Bob Goldthwayth, you've seen fucking Police Academy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The crazy talking dude?
Okay.
He's actually doesn't talk like that in real life. He's actually, he's really into Bigfoot and stuff.
Okay.
And
Yeah, he's a big. He goes to a lot of the cryptid conferences.
Yeah, he's big in that. So he made this movie called Willow Creek, and it's actually it's crazy because it's not like a.
It's a low budget film, but the way they filmed it, I mean, they did okay with
It's kind of like Blair Witch, a little
Yeah.
bit. But what's cool about it is the fucking. It's not like a super. You have to watch it till the end. The end, like the last 30 minutes, is like the best part of the whole show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Write that down.
But like, cause it's really good. The last 30 minutes is fucking really, really, really good. I was like, damn, that's a good ending.
Okay.
Like, and it's about Bigfoot. They go to California and they're up in the mountains. And this guy, ever since he was a little kid, he was obsessed with Bigfoot and cryptids. So his girlfriend, which you'll see other stuff in the movie, but his girlfriend takes him there for a trip to the spot where they filmed the gimbal video of Bigfoot. You know, the famous.
Yeah.
They're gonna go find that spot. And it gets crazy from there, but it's fucking really the last 30
Yeah,
minutes.
it's a good movie.
Yeah, I was surprised
Yeah. Yeah.
because like the first
I
half
was
of
too,
it-
because when you first start watching it, you're like, oh, God.
yeah, but then
One of
once they
these,
set up camp,
know.
it's fucking.
Okay. We'll have to
I don't
watch
know
that.
why, but like some of those scenes, like when like in Blair Witch, when they're in the tent and then the kids are all like,
Yeah.
Kind of.
it's fucking pretty cool. So this one's really really good. You guys like it, but I just watched it for the first time. And I was like, damn, that surprises me. But I guess he's like a huge cryptid guy. And,
Yep.
you know, it's funny because he's like, I go to these Bigfoot conventions and he's like, you can tell some people are full of shit. He's like, but there's people there who have fucking real legit stories that fucking, you know, have been through some shit, seen some shit that they can't explain.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole Bigfoot thing to me is more of a... It goes further with me than it does most people. Like, most people think, you know, that it's like, oh, there's a big creature running through it. To me, I think it's just like an interdimensional thing. There's portals. They can walk right in and out of shit. You know what I mean?
Some more dimensions.
Well, you should...
Well, that would explain why we've never found any bodies.
You should listen to. We have a very good friend of our show, Jessica Jones, the cryptid huntress. You can follow her on YouTube, everybody. You've heard us talk about her probably, but we talk about her all the time. She's really cool, but she does remote viewing and stuff like that. And she actually goes in the field with guys like these, and they fucking investigate real shit. Like,
yeah, and she's told us some really fucking cool stories.
Yeah. I've shared a lot of her stuff on our page, and I try to share her stuff as much as possible, like DAs and stuff like that. But because they're real big supporters of the show as well.
Yeah, she does a lot of live shows on YouTube. 'Cause she's part of this Spaced Out Radio. Yeah. And she does I think she's still doing 3 episodes a week.
Yep, and now she's doing like her own stuff.
Right.
On there, but they go and do legit investigations. Like they're, fully fucking tacked out. Like she got these military dudes with her that are fucking,
ready,
ARs and
case,
shit.
yeah.
Like they do all
and
kinds of stuff.
she's told us some cool stories. Like
Really
she told
cool
us a
shit.
story about they actually ran into a portal. Not what you would think is a portal, but it was like all the trees and the limbs were all formed in a perfect circle, and they actually sent a guy into it. And she said that he walked into this ring in the woods. It was just a natural thing. Mm-hmm. They lost track of him once he walked through it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then he came back, and then he was really sick. He ended up dying a couple years ago or a year ago.
Something like that.
Fairly recently.
Probably from
He came back. Whatever it is,
being able to,
whatever it was. But she's like, after he came back, he got sick and never got better, like fully. And then so she's fucking like legit.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool, and that's what she talks about. How and that makes sense to me. When they talk about UFOs, they got all the UFO stuff coming out, but it would make more sense to me instead of they're like, oh, well, it's so fast. It goes from here to here. I don't think it's necessarily them traveling that distance. It's them, open up a hole. Now I'm here.
Yeah. Teleport.
You know what I mean? Teleporting.
I will always.
Anyways.
Let's go to the park.
Yeah. That's an inside joke there. But anyways, So, see, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, no.
See?
I was so nervous. I
like
was
to have a good time.
freaking out.
Yeah.
See, an hour goes by really quick. Fuck, it's longer than an hour. We're a little over an hour now.
Yeah.
See, it goes by really quick, and, we've been on this show for 5 hours before. It's
I know, I listened.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
Now I think about it, I'm like, Jesus Christ, we were on here for 5 fucking, that's longer than fucking Joe Rogan's episodes. That's crazy.
That's a miracle.
Yeah.
Don't
And it
hit
was
me.
good.
I've never listened to a Joe Rogan episode.
I've
you don't have to. I
I've
listen
never
a lot.
listened to an entire episode, but I listened to bits and pieces. Like when he had Bob Lazar on there, and that was a really good episode.
He has a lot of
And,
cool fucking people on there, dude. Worth listening to. I mean, everyone knows who the fuck Joe Rogan is, and he's like,
Yeah.
but what's cool about him is that he's an open-minded person. He has a lot of people on there,
Right.
and he'll tell you, he goes back and forth all the fucking time. He's like, I believe in Bigfoot or I don't believe, or the UFOs, I fucking believe in UFOs or I don't. And,
Yeah.
it's if you can't change your mind on shit, then, if someone throws evidence in front of your face or something that seems to be true,
Right.
you can't change your mind. You're just fucking being stupid and closed-minded, and
Yeah.
I can't take that shit,
Yeah.
But that's why I can listen to that. And also, I used to drive fucking, 8 hours a fucking day, so I could listen to shit all fucking day long. I had to listen to something, so I would listen to that stuff. But I don't listen to all of them anymore, but I catch clips, and if I see something cool on there that I like, I'll go back and listen to them. There's a lot of good information that comes out because they can fucking.
And then there's this show.
I listened to you guys 8 hours a day. It was you guys, the girls next door, and murder, makeup, murder, or mystery.
Hell
I listened to you.
yeah.
Another good one is the last podcast on the left.
Yeah.
They put out some really cool shit. It's like true crime stuff.
Okay, yeah.
So they dig deep into there's another really good one I used to love, and they don't do it anymore, but it's called Color Me Dead. It's these two girls, and man, they fucking did an excellent job at going into true crime stuff. I mean, some of that shit was fucking crazy. I mean, they go in depth. They tell you they fucking tell you all the details. They fucking
All
Yeah.
the gory shit.
It's
Have you ever heard of the Murder Makeup Monday?
yeah, I've heard. I think I've seen it on.
She goes into some pretty.
She's
good-
on YouTube, right? And she's
Yeah.
telling stories that she's putting on makeup and
but
like
she
doing her
always
stuff.
like investigates something. So
Yes.
yeah, every Monday it's
Yes.
something, a different murder.
Wow.
It was
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys, that, and the girls next door.
Well, we're trying. We're getting out there. You know, we're doing our thing.
You guys
We're-
kept me company.
We're
anyways.
gonna start promoting shit more. We're just trying to figure out the best way to do certain things, and honestly,
The
like,
right way to do. I mean,
yes. And then with YouTube, it's just one of those things where
it is what it is. I mean,
Right.
you know.
right, there's good things coming down the line. We're
Right.
just working our way
Right.
to it.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a while. We were talking to some people, and like they have had podcasts for what they said it was like 6-7 years before they fucking really
Took
started
off.
fucking
Yeah.
taking off and gaining traction. So we're 4 years in. You know, we've made a lot of excellent. We have a lot of fucking great people. The good thing about us and our podcast, I'm gonna toot our own horn a little bit here, is that every time someone talks to us about our podcast that's been on here, they're like, dude, we fucking love your show. We need to come on again.
Right.
And when we go on other people's show, they're like, hey man, we had a great reaction. We need to get you guys on again.
Right.
So that's awesome.
Well, of course,
You know.
you're Ryan and JT.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, we are.
Fuck yeah. Horror Chronicles, fuck yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
But anyways, guys, see, wasn't that bad?
No, I can go die happy now.
See?
That's right.
Now the next time you come on the show, you'll be a little bit more freaking chill and you can do your thing and you won't be so freaked out.
Uptight. Like I was just fangirling out like all day. All day.
It's so simple, so easy.
Yeah.
Like literally, like dude was like, calm down, pick the shining shoes, calm the fuck down. You're fine.
You're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Bringing out the twins, dog.
I
But
was like, I
anyways,
trained my whole life for this one moment.
damn, what a shitty fucking thing to wait for.
I'm okay. I'll die happy.
Damn.
Anyways, you know, it's all good. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you
Yeah,
for having
hell
me.
yeah.
Of course, you're going to be welcome again. Breezy,
Hey guys,
you know, you're always welcome.
dude, I love you guys so much. Thank you for letting me come on the show again.
Well, and we just
She
had
brushed
another,
her teeth today for
we
this.
I did.
we had somebody mention. Remember the other day in the comments, someone was talking about on another podcast. Shout out Land of the Creeps. Their podcast. Someone was mentioning in the comments how like I think Dave said something about our show, and
Yeah.
someone was like, "Yeah, we miss Breezy," you know. So
Yeah.
Aw.
so
Aw,
Thanks,
see?
guys. I haven't left, dude. I've been here like
she's
in the
here in
shadows,
spirit.
but-
In
Yes.
spirit.
She's creeping in the shadows.
creeping in the shadows.
See me later, guys.
But anyways, guys, we love you. Thank you for your support. As always, horror fam. You know that. Good things coming. And that's going to be the show for tonight.
Don't forget to listen.
That's right. Like, share, and subscribe.
Every week.
Creeper. Anyways, we love you, horror fam. More importantly, as always, until next time, keep it creepy.